If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. In the 2025 NFL Draft, a surprising twist unfolded when Shedeur Sanders, a name many expected, to be called far earlier, slipped down the board as 31 NFL teams passed on him. Despite this unexpected drop, the Cleveland Browns made the decision to select him in the 5th round. A pick that raised plenty of eyebrows, especially considering the number of teams that had multiple opportunities to take him. As the draft unfolded, the spotlight quickly shifted to Shedeur and his father, Deion Sanders. Given the strong social media presence that both of them have cultivated over the years, many wondered how they would react to such an unexpected turn of events. Would Shedeur feel slighted by the oversight? Would Deion step in and make a public statement on behalf of his son's perceived fall? The tension surrounding their next move was palpable, and for a moment it seemed that all eyes were focused on their response. But much to the surprise of many, the reaction from both Deion and Shedeur was strikingly calm. Instead of firing back with frustration or venting their thoughts online, both chose a more measured and focused approach. Shedeur in particular made it clear that his desire to prove himself on the field was far more important than making a spectacle of the draft. Outcome: he was determined to show the world, not with words, but with his performance, what he could do. Deion, too, took to social media in a way that conveyed a strong message of resilience and perspective. In a post on X, he reminded everyone that the past is already behind them, and the future is full of possibilities, but the only thing that truly mattered was the present moment. Everybody's worried about what happened yesterday and fear the possibilities of what will happen tomorrow when we should be focused on now. What we do with our now is what matters the most. Let's make the most of our now. Now, Dad, Coach Prime. Deion wrote, "This message wasn't just about the draft. It was a philosophy that both father and son were living by in that very moment." Deion made it clear that while the past was behind them, they weren't concerned about what others thought or what might come next. Instead, they were focused on the here and now and the opportunities that lay ahead for Shedeur. It was an attitude that spoke volumes, not just about Deion's mindset as a father and coach, but about the mindset he was instilling in his son. Now, as Shedeur prepares to join the Cleveland Browns, he faces the challenge of fighting for a spot on their roster. The quarterback room in Cleveland is a bit of a puzzle at the moment, and the opportunities for Shedeur are wide open. But the road won't be easy. He'll have to face stiff competition, prove his worth day in and day out, and show that he can handle the pressure of being a young quarterback in the NFL. The key for Shedeur, as Deion's words suggest, will be to focus on the present. The past is already behind him, and the future is full of uncertainty. What matters now is how he handles the challenge before him. If he can stay focused, stay in the moment, and trust his abilities, there's no telling what he could achieve in the NFL. The sky could be the limit. Fans and analysts alike are watching with bated breath, eager to see not only how Shedeur performs on the field, but also how his father will navigate this next chapter. Deion has been a constant presence throughout Shedeur's career, offering guidance, mentorship, and support. The question remains, how involved will Deion be in this next phase of Shedeur's journey? Will he continue to have a guiding hand in his son's career, or will Shedeur take on more of the spotlight on his own? As Shedeur steps into this new chapter with the Cleveland Browns, there's no doubt that the expectations are high. The journey ahead may be challenging, but it's also filled with endless possibilities. With a clear focus on the present, both father and son are ready to take on whatever comes their way. The question now is, what's next for Shedeur Sanders in the NFL? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. This is only the beginning. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Myles Garrett has always been synonymous with the Cleveland Browns. His presence on the defensive line has been one of the cornerstones of the team's identity, and for many fans, Garrett has been more than just a player. He's been a symbol of hope. But in an unexpected twist that has sent shockwaves throughout the NFL, Garrett has made a move that has left even the most devoted Browns fans reeling. In a decision that no one saw coming, Garrett has agreed to terms with one of the Cleveland Browns' biggest rivals, sending the entire football world into a frenzy. The news broke early in the morning, with rumors swirling about Garrett's future after a series of cryptic social media posts. For a moment, fans wondered whether this was just another rumor or a carefully orchestrated stunt. But as the hours passed, it became clear that this was no joke. Myles Garrett, the heart and soul of Cleveland's defense, was leaving the team. And more surprisingly, heading to a fierce division rival. For Browns fans, this wasn't just a player switching teams. This was the unthinkable. This was a betrayal of the highest order, and the shockwaves reverberated across the city of Cleveland. Garrett's move to one of the Browns' major rivals isn't just a headline. It's a seismic shift in the balance of power within the AFC North. Historically, teams like the Baltimore Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers have had a stranglehold on the division, and Garrett's departure is seen by many as a sign that the Browns might be losing their grip on what little momentum they've managed to build in recent years. The defensive juggernaut that once instilled fear into the hearts of opponents now has the potential to do the same for Cleveland's most bitter rivals. When asked about the decision, Garrett was quick to express that it wasn't an easy choice, but one that he felt was necessary for the next chapter in his career. Football is a business, and while I've always respected the Browns organization and the fans in Cleveland, I have to do what's best for my future, Garrett said in a statement. He went on to talk about the potential of the new team and how he feels the move will allow him to compete at the highest level. But let's not get it twisted. For many Cleveland fans, this is hard to swallow. Garrett isn't just a player. He's a leader, a guy who bled brown and orange for years. And for him to make such a move is something that will undoubtedly be remembered for years to come. In the wake of the announcement, social media exploded with reactions from fans, analysts, and players alike. Browns fans took to Twitter to voice their frustrations, calling Garrett's decision a betrayal, while others tried to rationalize it, claiming that professional athletes have to make the best choices for their careers. But regardless of how people feel about it, one thing is clear: this move has sent shockwaves through the NFL. The AFC North is now more competitive than ever, and Garrett's departure will leave a massive hole in the Browns' defense that will be nearly impossible to fill. As expected, the team that Garrett has chosen to join has wasted no time in making the announcement public, rolling out the red carpet and making it clear that they see him as a game changer. For the new team, this is a victory of monumental proportions. Garrett is one of the most dominant pass rushers in the league, and his presence on their defense will instantly elevate them to another level. Fans of the rival team are ecstatic, with many claiming that Garrett is the missing piece they've been looking for to take them over the top and into championship contention. But the question remains: how will the Browns respond to this seismic shift? The team's front office has been under immense pressure in recent years to build a contender around franchise quarterback Baker Mayfield. Garrett's departure could set the team back in a big way, especially considering the fact that he was one of the few players on the roster who consistently made an impact week in and week out. The Browns will now have to shift their focus to finding a way to fill the void left by Garrett's departure, which won't be an easy task. Many analysts are already predicting a down year for the Browns, with some even suggesting that they could regress to the cellar of the AFC North once again. In the days following the announcement, fans of the Browns and the rival team were quick to react. While Browns fans took to social media to vent their frustration, the rival team supporters were quick to celebrate what they saw as a huge victory. "Oh, this is the kind of move that wins championships," one fan tweeted. "Garrett is the guy who can turn this defense from good to great. I'm beyond excited about what the future holds." And while it's hard to argue with that sentiment, it also highlights just how massive Garrett's move is. Not only does it shake up the AFC North, but it also sends a message to the rest of the league. This is a business, and no player or team is safe from the shifting tides of NFL power. As for Garrett, his journey in Cleveland has come to an unexpected and controversial end. But make no mistake, he's not leaving without a legacy. Over the course of his career with the Browns, Garrett has earned multiple Pro Bowl selections, All-Pro honors, and established himself as one of the most fearsome defensive players in the league. He's been the face of the franchise for years, and his departure marks the end of an era for the Browns. For the city of Cleveland, this is a moment that will be remembered for a long time, but it's also one that will leave a bitter taste in the mouths of many. The Browns will have to move forward without Garrett, and the question now is whether they can find a way to continue building a competitive team in his absence. For Myles Garrett, it's a new chapter, one that will be watched closely by fans and analysts alike. Will he thrive with his new team? Or will this move go down as one of the most shocking and controversial decisions in recent NFL history? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, the AFC North has just become a whole lot more interesting. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!